All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the Social and Acceptable But Sober Podcast. My name is Dino. I am an alcoholic.
I'm Jonathan. I'm alcoholic.
What's up, guys?
Hey, hold on. Look at this.
Technical difficulties over here. Guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment. If you have a problem or you know somebody who has a problem or you think you might have a problem, get in touch with us. We got guys. We can find you and point you in the right direction. Don't forget, we got merchandise. Jonathan is actually going to tell you how to do all that.
Oh, we don't have no.
We're having technical difficulties over here.
I don't have no comments now.
No comments tonight.
Yeah, so YouTube is at Subs Podcast. TikTok is subs.podcast1. We are on all the streaming platforms, and we have merch available. Pick some up. Subspodcast.myshopify store.
Beautiful.
So that's where you can pick them up, and that's where you can do all the stuff, and you can like and share and subscribe.
There you go. The reason why we don't have any comments tonight is because this is a pre-recorded show. We usually try to do some doubles when one of us is not going to be in town. So this is what you got tonight, is this pre-recorded show, and that's why we have no topics on it.
We didn't say it.
I didn't shout out the email address, subspodcast1@gmail. If you got sobriety dates, comments, concerns, all that good stuff.
All that stuff. Tonight is one of the topic episodes, and
Hey,
yeah,
what happened?
And tonight's topic is going to be on Matt, and then of course the One Time Bro segment, which is going to be Jonathan's tonight. Matt, what do you got for a topic?
Once again, I don't know a title.
John will come up with it.
No, he won't.
Yes, I will.
Doing it right now.
I'm posting it as we speak.
I guess it'll come to me by the end of the show. It all starts from this statement I'm about to read. I might have been away from a drink or a drug for a long time, but I have relapsed many times. The steps are about my ego, my attitudes, my selfishness, and my behaviors. And the reason that I say that is because I'm a big fan of saying that no matter where you are in this journey, I am still able to make mistakes. I am still able to act inappropriately. I am still able to say dumb shit, offend people. So I guess it's just about knowing where you are in this thing. You know, time does not give me the fuck do I want to say?
Permission?
No, it's not even the permission, but it doesn't take it away.
Right. It doesn't make anything right.
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 You know,
right.
I'm gonna still, you know, there's 2 steps. Anyone that's involved with a 12-step program, you know, where they talk about, you know, character defects and trying, you know, attempting to be relieved of those character defects. But just because I stay away from a drink or a drug does not guarantee that those things will stay intact. So that is what, like, I think. I used to say this, like when I would come around in the beginning years ago, I always found a little clique to get in with, but they all had time. I got my little 30 days, and these guys all have years.
Yeah.
But in my little pea brain,
You're right with them.
I'm with them. Exactly.
You're sober now.
I forget that I just got here.
Oh, yeah.
I still smell like beer, and I got crack smoke coming out of my mouth. Because I don't know where I'm at in the journey.
Right.
And I can remember doing time in prison years away from the street and thinking, I got to be better now. Right? I've been away from it for so long.
They must have changed it.
Something got to be different. But lack of work, time plus lack of work does not equal good sobriety.
Yeah.
Yeah, all you did really is just waste time.
That's it.
That's it.
Exactly
Could have
right.
been drinking.
So, man, I always talk about that for myself. That I've been blessed to be around for a few 24 hours, and I won't say it's a daily struggle. I don't like that word, to tell you the truth.
me neither.
At this point in my game, I don't like that word because it's not a struggle. It's a choice.
Absolutely.
And it's just because it's a choice that I might not like, it doesn't make it any different. It's still a fucking... I'm going to choose to eat steak or chicken. I'm going to choose to not drink or drink. And they're just choices. There are varying degrees to the outcomes of those choices. But at the end of the day, it's still a choice. So, man, I don't care if you're one day in the process or you're 10, 11 years or 5 years in the process. None of that matters as long as we continue to know where we are in the journey. That's the fucking title. To know where you are in the journey.
I was actually thinking that. I was thinking, where am I?
Bro, how many letters can we squeeze into this title? Do you guys get the idea of a title? Title's like 1, 2 words, maybe.
Where am I?
Where am I? I don't know. Well, then you fucking figure it out, and it better be good. Not like the last
Journey? Question mark. Ooh, fire.
time. No.
That's
No, I really like this topic. I don't know what it's called yet, but I really like the topic, and I like the program that we work covers all bases.
Right.
There's no reasons. There's no excuses. If I'm doing this thing 110%, I only have today.
That's it.
This is it. Like what I did yesterday, what I did months ago, years ago, cannot sustain me. It just will not sustain me. But what I'm doing today is going to sustain me today.
But it's just like last 2 nights ago. I don't know if you remember, but I shouted out, I'm not going to say his name because I don't want to put him on blast, but our boy, you know who I'm talking about, your boy.
Yeah.
I said, thank God it's a day-at-a-time program.
Yeah.
Because if I'm worried about
Oh, yeah. He was shitting out 3 weeks from now.
Right. It's like, so what am I doing today?
Yeah.
I'm all over the place. Yeah. So it's knowing where you're at.
What and wait, the way he shared it.
That's not good? Come on, bro.
He's trying to think of how many letters.
They're little words.
What I like about what he shared is that he knew his thinking was wrong.
Right.
He knew that the way he was feeling was wrong, the way he was thinking is wrong, the way he's projecting is wrong, but he was still doing it. And that's very commendable because you're at least aware that you're doing it and you're talking about it. And he talked to me before that too. And I think he was, by the time he actually got to share it, he was actually kind of already on his way past it. You know what I mean? And then outside, I'm like, man, the things that we are blessed to be able to do today, right? Like, right, man? Like, he's like, I know, dude. I know. What am I? He was, and I've said this, I think, a couple of episodes ago. All I have to do is think of HP. That's all I have to do. Just say God, higher power. That's all I have to do. And I automatically, because I know I'm always in that presence. I'm always there. Our friend Charlie, one of our friends, I live my life like if it was on the front page of the Waterbury Report. I don't live any way that I don't want everybody to know about. You know what I mean? So where am I at today? You know what I mean? And yeah.
A ring to it.
Sure.
Where am I at today?
Yeah,
where am I at today?
that's great.
And
Are you trying to appease me?
Yeah.
and these character defects, man, I used to laugh when people were like, it's like a whack-a-mole game. It's like a whack-a-mole game.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't.
Reiterate on that.
Look at this guy. He tries to use a fucking fancy word.
See, I don't do.
It's not appropriate.
I can't
That
do
doesn't
that. What do you mean?
reiterate that.
What are you talking about, Willis?
Here's the deal. It always goes back to if you're doing the work.
Right.
Anytime I work with someone new, the first thing I say is, there's 2 kinds of work. There's the work to show that you appear to be busy, and then there's good work. They're very, very different. And then, of course, I bring it to the hamster on the wheel. That little bastard is running. He's putting in work.
Oh, yeah.
He ain't got nowhere at all.
No.
I spent my life on the hamster wheel. I would have you think, oh, look at that kid going. I was going nowhere fast,
Look at that kid go.
you know? And then I learned about putting in that good, honest work that we talk about.
Absolutely.
So if I'm aware about these character defects, okay? I make this list, and I understand that I have them.
Little top off.
Little top off.
The delish.
So now, if you're living this life and you're doing this work, you're grounded in God, you're grounded in the fellowship, you're not going to magically start creating new character defects.
No. Yeah, no.
So there's the wacko. Well, if I'm going to knock one down, why is another one going to pop up? It's just a... Now, that's not to say that my character defects that I have will not resurface.
Right.
But they only resurface because I'm not doing the fucking
Right.
work.
Right. On a daily.
On a daily.
On a daily. Because I always, and I say this in meetings a lot because it was told to me. It doesn't stop at 30 days. It doesn't stop at 6 months.
No.
It doesn't stop at 6 years. It doesn't stop at 40 years. It doesn't stop. It never stops. Because I'm always going to be an alcoholic and a drug addict. I'm always going to be a mentally ill person, man. You know what I mean? I'm always going to need some help here. You know what I mean? Because I really don't know. I mean, I really don't know how to live a life, man. I don't know how to be the person that I am today.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it takes daily work in it. You know what I mean? Because if I stop doing it, then I just start reverting to the person that I walked in here.
Right.
You know what I mean?
He always comes back.
He always comes back. And
I have a...
oh God,
old
that guy.
friend. He passed away. I don't know how many years sober he had. But rest in peace, Jack H. from up in the Springfield, guys.
Oh, yep.
He always used to start off every time he shared, I've never been sober today
Never been sober
before.
That's right. That's right.
Get it? I got today.
That's it.
How am I working on today? That doesn't mean that I don't, okay, I had this thing with Jonathan yesterday. I have to give that some thought. Or I know I got this thing coming up tomorrow. I have to give it some thought. But there better be a whole lot of what's going on today.
Right now.
Exactly in the moment.
Right. Right.
So, you know, it's very, very easy to get caught up. Now, there's a whole list of things I could say are good reasons, or as I like to call them, excuses. The one excuse, I'm having problems at home. So I don't know how to conduct myself now because I'm preoccupied by that. Trouble at work. I'm sober enough. I'm sober enough. I'm
Danger.
good right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
How many people have you heard say that? And they don't say it out loud, but they say it in the way they act.
The actions. Absolutely.
right.
Absolutely. When you go to pull them up, especially when you go to pull somebody up and they're like, oh, I was that guy.
Right.
Well, what are you talking about?
I'm
doing
good for
great.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm doing great, dude. Everything's amazing. Like, are you kidding me right now? Like, I'm good.
It's like I used to say all the time. Listen to the words. Don't listen to the words that come out of my mouth. Watch what I do.
That's right. That's right.
That's the difference. Because I was always good at shooting shit and saying anything that might sound halfway decent. But if you watch me, I'm a mess. And I'm not doing anything behind what I said.
Right.
You know, I remember years ago, I learned this little saying, your words should match your actions.
Yeah.
That was not applying to me. I'll tell you that right now. And then lo and behold, and you know, I always got to bring it back to, I want new people to hear this. It doesn't, I'm not saying that you need to be around X amount of years for this to apply. Everything we talk about can apply to the person that walks in the room today for the first time.
Right now.
Immediately. It's an uphill climb. I'll give you that. But think about how many uphill climbs you've had to get here. And if you're anything like us, man, you could let out a sigh or a leap to say,
Yeah,
I just did.
and it's I could put the things that I battle with now into perspective. Sometimes I can't, man. Sometimes it takes a Matt or it takes a Dino to put it in perspective for me.
Right.
And that's part of the work that you're talking about, man, is that I make sure that I have contact with you guys and I'm always in communication with you guys. You guys see my face. It's not just like, I'm doing great on my daily messages or whatever. And you guys, like you said, you do the pull-ups, because when people put that shit in perspective for me, man, I was able to take the one piece of advice and stop doing everything my way. That's the one thing I did right, and then I let God run my life, and I let men run my life, and I watched examples, right? And with that, I was able to overcome an addiction to heroin, an addiction to cocaine, an addiction to alcohol, all these fucking vices I had, right? So when I put it like that, when somebody else puts it like that, wow, man, is it really that difficult to try to like implement some of the things I learned in the beginning to stay where my feet are at? Now, do I do it perfectly? Absolutely not. I'm an asshole.
You're also a human.
Right. I'm also human, and I'm an asshole at least once a day. At least once a day. And sometimes it's just to myself, and that's cool.
We can go get Ashley and,
Yeah,
and really put the truth out right now.
We're fucking good there.
No, don't get her. Don't get her.
At least that's day.
I like
At
one of the
least.
sayings that we hear, and I don't even think you hear it quite enough, but I think sometimes, and I fall into this too, when somebody does have a lot of time, I feel like I really shouldn't say anything to that person because, like, who the hell am I? You know what I mean? But the saying is, too many years, not enough days.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the longer I stay around, the more I see that, and the more I don't want that.
Right.
I don't want that. Wednesday night, I shared. You guys were there. I shared.
I don't listen when you talk.
I know. So I I don't blame you because it's pretty long.
I was going to send Bubba a picture of my balls and tell him to turn to you and show it to you while you're sharing.
We waste no time in those things.
Yeah.
Somebody came up to me outside. Dude's got like 30s, whatever. A lot of time.
Got some time.
And he was like, "Oh, I didn't know this was."
I already know what the fuck you're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't know this was a speaker meeting.
Yeah.
I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Oh, he's like, you have 30 years?" And I'm like, "Why?"
Ooh.
He was like, "Because you talked for 30 minutes." I said, "No, I have 11 years now, and I talked for less than 11 minutes." And what I shared had everything to do with recovery and the reading, unlike where the meeting was heading. That's what I was sharing about. I said, well, there's another half, man. I was like, show us how it's done, man. You know what I mean? Because I've been in the meeting with where you are, and it's
miserable.
and it's, dude, it's like, are you kidding me right now? Like, okay, you got 39 years. That's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
But where's your message for the new cats that are sitting in this room, man?
Right.
Or is it just about all these heart attacks and like all these things that happened to me and I'm going through and I've done this and look at this and oh my God and I'm so grateful.
Maybe if he did something for someone else, he might think.
You know what I mean? And I took it with a grain of salt, dude.
Of course.
You know what I mean? It didn't really bother me, but because I respect the guy for sure,
100%.
for sure, and he has time, I felt like maybe I should just shut the fuck up, and I did. I was like, whatever, dude, whatever. Good for
I
you.
remember what years
Good
ago
for you.
when I had first come home, and I was speaking at a Cheshire meeting, and you guys, everyone knows I swear, but then I know, right? I hide it well.
Hush your mouth.
Back then it was way worse, right? And I'm at this Cheshire meeting, and I'm dropping F-bombs left and right. And this old man comes up to me after the meeting, and I'm expecting to get some praise. And he lit me up. and let me know how inappropriate my mouth was in a meeting. Got to clap that up.
How inappropriate.
And, for the first time in my life, I did what you did. I just shut up.
And he was right.
He was right.
100%. You know what I mean?
right.
Absolutely 100%.
And
And Wednesday night, he was right. I'm long-winded.
Yeah, but I get that, but you are definitely one of the guys that I could justify that, because you do keep the meeting on task, and that is important.
I appreciate that. Thank you. I try. It does. It goes off.
The only thing,
we're talking about disability now.
This guy loves to talk about, I'm going to end with this, and then he goes for another fucking 6 minutes.
Well, that's just to let you know I got another 6 minutes
working
left.
up for it.
Yeah, and now it's contagious.
But,
I know, right?
man, I think that I really love that in that little reading. I've been sober for a long time now. It's crazy.
You're coming up on 18?
I don't even want to talk about it.
What do you have now?
17.
Oh, it's okay then. I could do that now. That kind of math.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So, but to have that ability to look at myself, because I know where I'm at, to say I have relapsed a million times.
Oh, yeah.
Just not with a drink or a drug.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. That's the loophole that we love to look for. I'm going to go home and kick the dog and yell at my wife and steal from work and do all these things.
But I have 17 years.
And then I'm going to say this. It's progress, not perfection.
Oh, man, I hate that
Dude,
saying.
remember Big Daniel? Big D, Big Daniel?
Yeah.
He's been gone he moved away from this part of Connecticut a long time ago. When people would say that in a room, he'd be like, yeah, but you better be making progress. He's like, you could say it all day, but you better be making progress.
True. And I think
Don't just keep falling back on it. Oh, it's progress, not
Because it's a loophole.
That's the way to say,
a bunch of alcoholics.
yeah, I'm still not drinking. I didn't pick up a drink and drunk over it, so no, man. I didn't come here. That's a lie. I did come here to stop drinking and drugging, but I've come here so many times to stop drinking and drugging.
Trick was to learn how to get better.
To stay stopped.
Yeah.
And the only way for me,
stopped if you get better.
the only way, that's the only way for me is to work on why. Why did I start? Why do I continue? Why do I do the things I do when I'm not on anything?
Yeah. You know the thing that cracks me up?
Am I yelling? I'm sorry for yelling.
You get passionate. We call passion.
You took the word out of
Yeah,
my mouth.
passion. That's what another therapist says about me when I get.
One of the things, I lost it.
Train left the station. Let me pull you out. Where am I at today? What am I doing today so I don't ever have to revert back? Because
Oh, I know.
Hey,
I don't believe in stagnant here.
shake the
I
tree.
don't believe in stagnant.
Apple
Period.
falls out.
I was told early on in this one, listen to me. If you're not going to listen to anything else, listen to this. There's no such thing as stagnant here. Either you're moving towards a better life or you're moving away from it. There's no such thing as stagnant. Because if you're stagnant, you're not doing anything. So my old me is on its way back. You know what I mean?
It's
So,
black and white. There's no gray area.
Yeah.
I proved it.
But we live to look for the gray.
Yeah.
So I remember I was in a program in New Haven years ago. And I was brand new, so I was still polluted.
Twitching.
But I remember a guy, I'll never forget, he had 5 years clean. And he, from the outside coming in, and openly shares how he's been stealing from his job.
Oh, good man.
It says, but I'm a miracle.
Yeah.
I didn't use today.
Yeah, you are.
And
Yeah.
even in a polluted state, I said, that don't sound quite right. You know? I was not ready to commit and behave and be better. But it was things were starting to slowly click, you know? And it's just about, man, really that self-awareness. The steps that you hear people talk about, it's an inside job. You know, for many years I had it backwards. I gotta get the nice car.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta get the clothes.
The shiny stuff.
All this stuff on the outside and not do any work on the inside. And I wondered why things kept happening the way they did.
And once you get the stuff on the outside, what's the sense of doing the stuff on the inside?
Yeah, because you already got the
good,
outside
baby.
stuff.
Shit.
And that's, you're right, man, because it becomes like uncomfortable if you stick with it long enough. It kind of becomes uncomfortable, because I was having a conversation the other day with somebody, and they were hinting at, and this is not a person in recovery, but they were hinting at, like, well, you just got to tell them this, and you got to kind of, tell them this, and hinting at lying. And I was like, God, I don't, and I talked to Ashley about it. I was like, I don't, lying? Yeah, I can't do that. It wasn't with another person. It was with like
An entity?
an entity, and I was like, it doesn't fucking feel right.
Right.
Man, because that's just like, because I lived that life, and unless you change, things will always be the same. But I changed, and I don't want to be that person, no matter who it is, what it is. And it's like the story of, I'm checking out at CVS. Oh, they didn't charge me for the fucking box fan. I'm 60 days clean. And, my buddy's like,
Yeah.
back inside. I was like, bro,
And that's how you're supposed to live.
yeah, I'm not working right now. Like, I need this fan.
Yeah.
And the more you do that, the easier it actually becomes to become a truthful, honest, accountable human being. And it's easier to admit wrong.
Yeah.
Because I am wrong a lot of times.
Yeah.
And it becomes a little bit easier to admit, you know what, you're right. I fucked that up. I'm so sorry, man. And it becomes easier to take the consequence of my wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if I'm not doing these things, I am not stagnant. Just because I didn't pick up a drink today does not mean I'm not heading in that
Yeah,
direction.
not rolling back down that hill.
You know what I mean?
Doesn't mean you didn't relapse.
No.
Relapse is about behavior.
What did I say the other night? My picking up a drink and a drug is the end result of my
Last stop.
relapse.
Right.
Once I pick up a drink and a drug, I'm just drinking and drugging. I'm not relapsing anymore.
That's already done.
You know what I mean?
Getting high, baby.
And when people say, yeah, I relapsed, I picked up a drink, I fucked up, I relapsed, I fucked up, I drank, I relapsed. I'm like, well, but I'm always the guy who goes, and I was taught this, obviously, I didn't make this shit up. Well, what were you doing before you actually did that? And it could be that day,
Yeah.
okay? Because I'll have 60 days and think, why bother today? I'll have 3 years and why bother today? Like, I'm good today.
Yeah.
What did I do that day? Because it could happen. I've been struck drunk and going, how the hell did this happen again? What the hell happened?
Yeah.
It's cunning, baffling, and powerful, man. It is so smart, man.
I think like a lot of times when you hear conversations like this, and for the newcomer, they think, well, if these guys are talking about how tough it is, and why even bother?
No, but you said it's a choice.
It is a choice.
It becomes an easier choice.
The end result is the payoff. That's I think that, I'll speak for myself. In the beginning, I want the payoff,
Of course.
but I also don't want to do anything that you're telling me I got to do to get it. Right? There's nothing wrong with that, right? Just get what I want and keep it moving.
Yeah.
And but having that ability, how many times? And I'm going to pose this question to both of you.
All right.
How many times in your life have you gotten into a fucking knockdown, drag out argument to prove your lie right?
I can't tell you the amount. I don't know, dude. You know what I mean?
And it brings it right back to what you said 2 minutes ago. Just admit it.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I don't even have to
It's over.
I don't even have to convince the other person usually. It's like I just have to convince myself that I'm right. I'm like, I'm fucking right.
If you're right.
No. Even when I'm wrong.
even if you're
Yeah, that's like I'll fight to that point. Where I'm like, I made a good point, even though it's wrong.
When I do that the most is in my house.
Yeah.
I'm a fighter. You know what I mean? I'm a good confrontational argument all the time, and it's always like my last straw. And it's not huge things. It's not crazy things, but they're things, man, and they could lead to big things. But I will not admit that I'm wrong. And that's it. So I always say, if you really want to know how I'm doing, you could ask my living sponsor that I call my wife, man. She'll let you know right away,
I love
man.
about Aaron, when we go at it, she'll be like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Pump the brakes there.
No, there's no pump the brakes.
Yeah,
Just
just
shut the
shut.
fuck up.
Yeah.
And, most of the time I'll laugh. It doesn't even get me mad because I'll laugh. I'll be like, well,
Yeah.
What's it like? Yeah, you'll be all right. I'm like, I know I'm gonna be all right. Yeah, you'll be all right. Yeah. Okay.
but man, it's just like I said, you know where you're at, and it's okay to make mistakes. I think, I think we've talked about this in the past. It's like, you come into recovery and you think, man, I got to get this shit right. And yeah, you do. But like Jonathan said earlier, you got to give it time.
Time.
The only thing you got to get right in the beginning is you don't drink and you don't drug.
Right.
That is it. You're going to get a pass for all the other dumb shit that you're going to do because that's what you know. And then you look at three guys, together we have, over 30 years of sobriety sitting at the table, and we still do dumb shit today.
Oh my God.
You got that to look forward to.
Dude, so, and that, I've been waiting to say this. Did you hear about Dino's story most recently with his squeaky shoes?
Oh God.
Can we air this out?
I told him.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I told you about when I went to
When you went to get him?
Yeah.
Locker.
Oh, yeah. What about the squeaky shoe?
But I mean,
fucking
they
shoe squeaks.
they're.
Oh, you didn't tell me
Every
that
step
part?
I take, it squeaks.
But then, no, he told you the part though. But I
did.
thought
I
that was
told
so
what
like 'cause
happened
he's
to
doing
Fame.
the right thing. He's trying to
I was
prevent.
at Fame. I was at a shoe place. I'm in there. I hear some commotion. This dude's stealing things, and he's stealing like it's legal. Well, there we go. They legalized stealing.
Yeah, that's
anything under $1,000. So, and so I figured I'd be a good Samaritan. And I'm gonna help out, and no, you're not going anywhere, and we're gonna get the. And yeah, I got squeaky shoes, and I almost got arrested over it.
Listen, I bought these fucking shoes one time, and they were like $250. And that's back when I used to rock a wallet chain. And every time I took a step, I was like, these shoes are making noise, bro. I'm stabbing the sole with a knife because I think there's a.
That's what I was doing.
Okay, I'm doing all kinds of shit to the shoes. I'm like, and Emily, I remember talking to Emily about it. I was like, hey, these fucking brand new shoes are making noise. After I threw them away, I give them to the donation bin.
Yeah.
These brand new $250 joints are in the fucking donation bin. I put on my own sneakers.
They're making the same
I
noise.
said, and I realized it was the fucking wallet chain slapping my leg.
Did you go back and get the? You couldn't, right? You put them in a box.
I did.
donated.
They don't like when you go back in head first.
Great.
But yeah, man, that's it. You gotta wear the world like a loose garment. That's what they tell us in our literature, and there is value to that, because if you take things too serious, I know how many people do you know they get sober. That's all they can talk about.
In the beginning, militant, bro.
No,
Like-
but I mean, even after a while,
Oh yeah.
there's no other conversation.
Yeah.
That other than the meeting, the this,
Yeah.
the that, I got here to create a life.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Of course, it started and it begins with and ends with sobriety.
That's right.
And my conviction to the program that I'm involved with, no doubt. But at the same time, I got a business. I got a
Yeah.
wife. I
Yeah.
got a home.
Absolutely.
I got
A
a
life.
life. So, I have a little more to talk about today, thankfully.
My God.
And that's all because I knew where I was at.
Where are you at?
Because if you're not, dude, you might as well just fucking smoke some crack and drink, dude. Because like,
No, I wouldn't give that suggestion. You know what? Fucking smoke some crack, goddammit. Like, fucking.
no, if I'm gonna be fucking miserable,
Right,
man,
you
if
guys
I'm
are
gonna
telling
get,
me.
yeah, fucking here, use some of this fucking toxic water in there. As
Good water, man.
No, but if I'm doing this, and I'm militant, and this is my life, and fuck everything else, and fuck you, and blah, 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 blah.
I've seen guys like
Man, you know what? Just go
I
get
was-
fucking high, bro.
Well-
You make it easier for everybody else.
For me, it happened. I was so militant that I couldn't stick around. If you're too brittle, you're going to break.
Right.
And that's what it
And-
was for me.
And I seen that from the militant guys. They used to call them the thumpers.
Oh, yeah.
which is fine. Some people even say that about me, man, but I don't feel that about me. Like, these guys were over the top, you know what I mean?
Whoever say that about you,
It got to the point. I don't even call it silly. It got to the point where even I was like, bro, listen, you need to shove it down your own throat. But like, I'm happy to be here till now.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you're taking
fucking
the
ruined
joy out of this for me.
Right. Happy, joyous,
And free, not like. I'm happy, joyous, and free, and do it. You gotta know the first 164. You gotta memorize it and do push-ups while you're reading it. I'm like, wow, man.
Talked about that a while back. The way you talk to people. Remember, you were like, rah, rah, rah. I was like, you can't tell people like that all the time, man.
Nah. I avoided him.
Yeah,
How
how
Paul?
old did I
Paul
listen?
was good for that back in the days. And we came up together. Like, bro, we stolen cars together. And you're coming up to me like, now you never met me. Like, you don't know me. And you're like, this.
We know how that ended.
We know how that ended. And that taught me a lot. So I thank them for that. Because that taught me a lot, man. I'm like, I don't want to be like that. man.
Everyone's a powerful example, whether it's
Absolutely.
what to do or what not to do.
Absolutely. I wanted to talk about what you guys brought up about having that life. You know what I mean? And like how the more happy and joyous and free I got, the more life I got from this thing that I do on a regular basis. Ended up in these conversations that I've never had before, talking about fucking I don't know if you guys heard the episode about my one time, bro, when I took a lot of acid. Yeah, that's still affecting me today. But you're talking about like the stocks. You're like in a conversation talking about stocks. Or you're in a conversation talking about houses and like square footage of houses and like all these weird conversations. I'm like, I've never been in these conversations. My only conversation was out of sobriety was where are we going to get it? Who's got it? What, all that stuff and the mofungo, all that stuff. And I used to say, and I still say that, my vocabulary has, you wouldn't tell by how I'm talking at this fucking one, but has changed. Yeah. Like, I talk about stuff that I never even would have thought about.
It was never the conversation.
It was never the conversation. Talking about buying a house. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm like, what? Woo.
And I met another breakdancer.
A break dancer?
Yeah.
I used to break dance.
I know. That's why I brought it up, man. I was like, dude,
Mr. Pop, bro.
do exist.
Yeah, they do.
And he's a Harley rider. He's like, you know, tattooed up. I was like, bro, you used to fucking breakdance too? Shit, let me tell you about my friend Dino.
Yeah, buddy. You know, I used to teach hip hop and modern dance at St. Joseph's College in Hartford.
Would you get paid in crack?
They paid me $50 a class.
Nice.
And then I would go smoke crack after that. Yeah.
Perfect. Let me show you how to really
easy
pop
money,
it and
dude.
lock it,
Easy
baby.
money. It was an all-girl college. I was like, hell yeah, I'll do it. Fuck yeah, I'll do it. They were like, here's...
Joe's in nursing school?
No, it wasn't a nursing school. St. Joseph's. It was St. Joseph's College for Girls. That's what it was
A
called.
nursing school.
Maybe it
for
was
fucking-
St. Joe's.
breakdancing.
St. Joe's. I think they got a real good nursing program.
Oh yeah, they might. It's a co-ed college now. They changed it because they were losing.
Fucking breakdancing has fucking fizzled out there.
You in there, they got to be going down there.
Yeah. Well, it was hip hop and modern dance.
Oh,
they
hip-hop and
they had
modern
they
dance.
had a
Curriculum. It was
big
fucking-
theater department where
failed.
ballet, all that stuff. But there was like a huge recital coming up.
Know where you're at right
Yeah,
I know.
Dino coming in with his parachute
Anyways.
pants and his like little piece of cardboard to breakdance on. Let me show you this, boy. Let me show you this.
So where we at?
Where we at?
now. Way off track. That's where we're
Yeah.
at.
This is we were just talking about this. Like, bro, I would have never been talking about this if I was out there. I'm sitting in a crack house, but like, yo, man, you know I used to teach hip hop and modern dance. They're like, so give me a fucking another hit. What are you
Yeah,
talking
give me the
about?
rock.
You got any more money?
Pass the
Fucking
rock.
dancing, popping and rocking.
Popping and rocking. Yeah.
I actually never looked at the time, so I don't even know what time.
Yeah, we can wrap it. We can wrap it.
Can we wrap it?
We can pop it and rock it.
That was a
and
good
lock
one.
it.
Where are you at?
Where you at?
Where are you at?
Do you want me
You
to
don't
use?
even have to use letters.
Should I use
for
the
at
letter
symbol.
U?
Where are you at?
Put where?
No, don't say it,
Then
'cause
the letter U and then the
My
at symbol.
vocabulary has changed.
Oh, we don't have to
Where
look like that
are you?
anymore.
Don't do that.
Where are you at this present
Fucking
moment?
Where are you at?
I asked AI for help. You want to know what they suggested?
Oh God.
My progress? Question mark. My journey? Question mark. I said, put this into 2 words. Where am I at in my journey? and it said my progress.
Yeah, slap AI.
Slap the shit out of AI.
The fucking shit out of that.
AI is going backwards.
AI.
So anyway, guys, good topic.
Great topic.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, love us, comments.
Sobriety days, for fuck's sake.
For fuck's sakes.
For
Fuck's
fuck's
sakes, eh?
Manny, get a 4th dip on this.
You still got time. You still got time. If you need help, let us know.
Manny will tell us this already every month till next year.
Remember
hope
John
so.
the Cook, man? Oh, my God. He was awesome, dude. He would say stuff like, in 3 months, I'll have 10 years. And he would announce any anniversaries. Yep, 10 months, I'll have 3 years. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
So I started making a joke and be like, in 5 years, 3 months, and 24 hours, I'll have 24 hours.
Nice.
Anyway, again, do all that stuff. And tonight we're going to end it as usual with a one-time bro. And tonight's one-time bro is on Jonathan.
Yeah. So this one time.
What do you got?
This one time, I went into the archives with this. I'm going to paint a little picture for you. So I'm no longer allowed to live in my house anymore. Oh, my house. My mother's house. Yeah, my parents' house.
Wait a minute. I got to stop you real quick.
Fuck.
Wait a goddamn minute.
Wait a... Yeah.
Oh, what's his name? Your buddy, Bill?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We're coming up on a major fundraiser.
Come on. Stop talking. I don't wanna hear this
Commercials.
shit.
Commercial break. What are we
We
doing
don't do
here?
commercials here.
We don't. We're not sponsored. You want to
But if
sponsor
we
us?
did,
We'd be sponsored by Bitch.
big
Again.
Saul.
Start talking. I'll let you know when we're ready.
Jesus Christ, a little
I was
distracting.
going to
You got
interrupt
some
you. You
fucking
just said, listen, I'm going to interrupt you in a minute.
movie playing in the background. He's watching fucking Tiddlywinks over there.
Tiddlywinks. Almost named a song that one time.
Keep talking.
So you got your one time.
Yeah.
Hear this now?
So one time, no, I don't hear it. I hear it through your brain.
Put up against the microphone.
No, I don't hear it either there.
So your family was kicking out of the place
I
they
was
were
kicked
letting
out.
you live at.
Yeah, I was
for
kicked
your
out of
life.
there. I had moved. I'd gotten
You start
moved
over.
out.
I didn't pay attention at the beginning.
He's already in the beginning.
Still in the beginning.
Yeah, he hasn't even got any further than the beginning. He's already pulled over. He can't pull over.
I
any
can't
further.
pull over any further, officer. I'm out of the house. I'm living in this little hut, which my parents are paying for.
No, the camper.
No. Camper was yesterday's news.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm at this little fucking house down the road, and I have a car. I have some old Buick that my parents had given me, and they had come over to the house, and they're like, "You're a fucking mess. You're a mess. We're taking the keys to your car."
You look horrible.
They didn't know I was like halfway through a fucking run here, as they're coming over, and I'm like,
You're in the middle of it.
yeah, and I'm in the woods, no horses nearby. So
Stop
you
talking.
No, do it later. Do it later. Do it at the end.
Go ahead.
All right. So Jesus Christ. So I'm living in this house that this apartment my parents are paying for because they kicked me out. And
Well, that was nice of 'em.
they came over to see me, and they realized that how horrible shape I was in. And they were like, "We gotta fucking stop this." So they didn't know I was in the middle of a run, and they took the keys to the car that they had provided me. They left the car, which was nice of them.
Car in an apartment.
Yeah.
But they took the keys.
They took the keys. So I have this kid over who comes over, and we're at this point of the night, we're down to the carpet surfing. I'm smoking Parmesan. I'm smoking whatever the fuck is on the floor. Plaster.
You're huntering it
I
up.
don't give a shit. Yeah, we got this car, and we still have money left.
Jesus.
Like, I've got cash, but again, like I was saying, I was in the woods, no horses available.
damn.
I got to get to Danbury to get right. The guy's available. He's just waiting for me. I was like, motherfucker, you know what? You ever hotwire a car? He's like, no. I was like, me neither. Let's figure it out.
Gotta be easy.
Gotta be easy. So I
An old
get
Buick.
it's in the dark, right? So I'm out there with a flashlight, hooking wires up and waiting for something to make noise. No, this is before YouTube was a thing, yeah. So I did get it. It starts right up.
shit.
I was like, wow. And yeah, so it's running. And I'm like, fuck, let's do it. Call them up. We're on
Hurry up
our
before
way.
it shuts off.
Bro. So these old school cars had those fucking new cars have it too, where the fucking steering wheel locks.
Oh, yeah.
So I put it in reverse. I'm ready to go, man. Bang. It won't fucking move. So I could get it to turn like a little bit at a time. So here I am in the fucking driveway, like I'm trying to break the fucking lock, man. Oh my God. So, needless to say, man, the crack run was over that night because I couldn't break whatever.
How far away were you?
I was far. I mean, from Brewster to Danbury, it was at least a 25-minute ride in a car.
Oh, yeah, I'm doing that. I'm walking that.
I would have walked.
Nah, bro, it was so dark.
That's a yet for you, dude.
Yeah, I was.
Tell us. We'd have been honest.
Well, I'm walking, dude.
Yeah.
I'm getting
I'm
here.
even running in the beginning.
I used
Matter
to
of fact, you know what I used to do if I didn't really want to walk? I just tell them I had like $300.
Yeah, lie.
I'm like, bro, I got
Oh, and they
straight
come to the
300
house.
bucks.
Yeah,
Bro, you better go and be like, hey, the guy already left with the money, man. All I got is $9.
I got 9.
I got nine.
I got 9.
Yeah, so that's the one time I hot wired my own car.
That's cool. You hotwired it, man.
I got to run it. I was very
Dude,
proud
I've
of
never
that.
stole a car. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, that's not do it like
Yeah,
that.
like that.
I'm not like
Hotwired
that.
a
Never
car.
broken a car and stole it.
Yeah, this was my own. All right, Bill, here you go. This Matt's got something for you. He's been fucking interrupting me for.
That's a funny one, man. I could just see you.
What?
Just
Do the Austin Powers.
Yeah, 85-point turn.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I thought so because this one time at band.
Did you motherfuckers hear that? This one fucking time, Bill. Right here is where it all came from.
You can black it out.
Then we could
fucking
change the end of it, too.
finally
It's
I'm vindicated.
vindictive. You are vindictive. We should do it this. So now it's going to be this one time at band camp, not this one time, bro.
It all started from that fucking movie.
Did it?
We were talking about.
But he came up with the idea.
Yeah, but it all started from that fucking.
Did it?
I don't really remember.
Yeah.
I remember we were gonna do videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
And then one time, bro, I was doing this. Who knows? But I think we decided it was gonna be whatever the person
I
wanted.
knew I was.
Should we
fucking
get?
right.
Since this is a thing, should we make 2 different shirts? One that says this one time and one that says one time,
Make
bro.
one for Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, love us, comment, sobriety dates. If you need help, we got a guy. Merchandise. That was a good one time. That was a good topic. Where am I at? I think the only thing I have left to say is thank you for being a friend.
For being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. And if you're through a party, then back